Hey, what's up, everybody? All right, so we back on live. We live right now. All right, so give it a couple minutes. I'm getting 11 people coming to chat. I already got people texting me about it, but give it a couple minutes. We're gonna let people come in the chat. Shout out everybody who was just in the live earlier. We had New York City King in the chat earlier. Want to give him a shout again. Definitely follow him. Show him some love on his brand. Definitely with Black Friday coming up, let's support each other. Let's definitely give each other some love, each other creativity. All right, so give it a couple of seconds. All right, guys, hold on. I'm gonna have to restart it because I'm trying to add someone to the chat. Hold on, let me see. Okay, hold on. Send link. Okay, I got it. All right, guys, yo, sorry for the wait. I had some people coming in the chat. I'm trying to wait, trying to get to his IG. Right now, I got Lawrence coming in the chat. Give it a couple minutes for him to get set up. All right.
Yo,
Hey,
what's the deal?
hey, dope, dope, dope. All right, so
Yes.
guys, right now we got Marquise Black in the chat. Hold on, real quick. So I want to make sure I get Brody in the chat. I'm supposed to do him first. But hey, Marquise, what's up, bro?
What's the deal?
Hey, I got Lawrence in the chat right now too.
Yay! You can hear
So,
me?
yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Ah.
Hey, dope, dope, dope. All right, so hey, Marquise, I'm gonna interview Lawrence for like about 20 minutes, but definitely like pitch in and feed in on some of the topics and things like that. Give the crowd some input. Like I
Gotcha.
definitely want input from both of y'all and things like that. Let's get into it. All right. So, uh, Lawrence, tell people where you from. Tell them a little about yourself.
Hi, I'm Lawrence Pizzi. I'm a designer. I've been doing this for way long. Um, I'm here in New York, but I sell my clothes worldwide. I have a zero carbon footprint, gender neutral, slow luxury collection. And what that means is we actually try to keep toxic waste from entering the landfills by turning them into beautiful fabrics and beautiful garments.
Amazing, amazing, man. I love that. I love that. And let me ask you, like, I know we were talking earlier about that process. Like, let me ask you, what got you into wanting to do something like that? 'Cause that sounds really, really amazing, man. Like, what got you into that?
I've been working in fashion since the 80s, and I've always seen abuse and just total environmental disregard for anything living. And what really got me going was flying in China. We flew over a delta, which was indigo from all the denim that was produced upstream. It was dark blue and going into the Pacific Ocean, dark blue.
Well,
And fashion is the largest producer on the planet. And I couldn't continue doing this without trying to help. And I've been lucky enough to work for large companies that with production I've been able to implement different systems and different ideas that would not only help the environment, also help employee environments.
I love that. I love that, man. So tell people a little bit about your company. Like I know you say you started in the '80s, man. Like I know that was a whole different time, man. Like what was times like
Oh,
that when you got started?
actually, I studied in the 80s and my first job was in the 80s. My company I started in 98. And it happened when I was freelancing at Calvin Klein. There was this large, I guess, PR problem because they had boys and girls in underwear in Times Square and it looked sexual. So he had to cut back, cut down, and he fired everybody. And I had to do something. So I started my collection back then in March of 98. I showed my first collection at the Film and Video Festival in Times Square.
Wow, man, that's amazing. That's amazing. I know the times have changed a lot. Like I know being back 2025 and things like that. Like how have you been just like change making going with the times and things like that? And have you been changing anything like that with your company, being that the times we're in now?
I've been changing everything almost. The way production is, I don't produce anymore. I don't order thousands of pieces, thousands of yards. I've been, I'm slow, and I do not want to waste anything. So the few things I do produce, I'll get a bolt or two of fabric, so 100, 150 yards, and I'll be able to get 20, 30 garments out of them. I'll cut three, four samples, different styles. I post them online, and as people order them, we cut into the fabric. And once the fabric's done, the drop is finished. So right there, it's a whole different thinking of fashion. Um, I also use AI not to sell my garment, but to test my garment myself before I even cut it to make sure it works with my other styles that I've already produced. Because part of my idea is fashion. I'm not fast fashion. I don't believe in wearing something and throwing out in a month or two. It should work with what you already have in your wardrobe. So
Nice,
making sure the proportions look at least normal or okay.
nice, nice, nice. I know you were saying like with the fabrics and things like that. Like how long like do you see yourself taking it? And do you have like a direction that you want to take your brand? You say you have some ideas that you want to take it and things like that.
I'm always looking for new mills, new ideas, new fabrics. The few people that I am working with are wonderful, but the problem is what they produce for me, they're not making any money. I'm not making much money. And when a large company comes and says, oh, they want 100,000 yards, they stop producing mine and make theirs, of course, because they have bills to pay. And I totally understand. I'd like to start getting to a point where they got produced for North America here in New York. If for Europe, I can produce in Italy and south of France. And in Asia, I can produce in Shanghai and Korea. Get those all going so that we share the fabrics or we ship different fabrics. I would be a zero carbon footprint if we had things made in the US. The problem is the cotton is grown here, but it's sent to Italy to be produced. And even the production, my mills have this cutting edge that has to go to Sri Lanka because there's a mill factory, a mill that actually prints with pressured gas and powder.
Wow, man, that
I
sounds
have
amazing.
I have samples to show, which I wish you could touch them because they feel better than most fabrics.
I love that, man. So if we have time at some point, you can come back on a podcast and do like, show some of your pieces and things like
Yeah.
that. One thing I love is that you're working globally and things like that. I know some designers like me and they just local or they looking to expand. Like how what's some advice you would give to a designer that's local that's looking to do things on that global scale?
Um, put all your money in the product. Don't worry about anything else but the product. Even if your walls are badly painted, the product. And be focused and listen to feedback from your customers and if you have models, like if you can afford a model, get a fit model. Because the fit model not only gives you a standard to the industry, she'll tell you, why is this poking me under here? Or wow, your pants fit great. They are it might cost you $200 for a morning, but it'll be the best money you'll spend. Because you'll save that in cutting fabric 4 or 5 times and sewing things wrong.
So let me ask you too. Like right now, we on the Long Live Models chat. So let me ask you. We work with a lot of models. Like, what's two things that you look for when you selecting a model to work with?
Well, the one thing I look is for height for runway. It has to be high because of the proportion of the body. If I put a garment that's supposed to be on a 6 foot woman on a 4'4", when she turns, her breast will come out of the V-neck if it's a V-neck blouse. The other thing, comfort. I should be able to put you in a ham sandwich, and you should still make it look comfortable, because
No,
your job is to sell the garment.
nah, facts. Yeah, that's so true, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. See, that's what's up, man. You doing so well. So, like, I know you've been doing a bunch of shows and things like that. Like, what's your next venture? Like, what's the next? You have anything big you working on?
I'm actually part of Nashville Fashion Week in
Oh,
December, and I'm also part of a holiday market in the Manhattan Museums. So I'm
wow.
looking. I'm jokingly saying this is my North American invasion, because when I show, people love the clothes. It gets them excited. I've had that experience in Europe, and I'm trying. I live in the States. I should be able to sell here.
I love that. I feel that. I know how that is. And
Yeah.
let me ask you to that. I like that you would get into that. Like, what country would you say is best for designers to branch off to first? I know you said you were in China, you in Europe, all these different countries. What would be the best one to start with?
That depends on your aesthetics and your look. Um, since this is a model chat, I'm gonna be bluntly honest. If you're a model and you have beautiful black skin, Japan will eat you alive.
Oh
Just be
yeah.
ready. You go there for 1 month of money, and you tell them, I can only stay here for a month. The last 3 days, they'll start booking you. So go there for a month of money to live, but tell them you're only there for 2 weeks. That way they start booking you after 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. See, that's some good advice, Chad. I hope I
Yeah.
listen to that
Yeah,
one.
I hate saying it, but they're much more white eccentric in models.
Nah,
And I don't understand why. It's not the majority of the population. It's, if anything, everybody's always, ever since I started my collection, I've always had a rainbow. And I've always had, my very first collection was from a 00 to a size 34 dress size, which is very large.
dope, dope.
And they try to label me as a plus designer, as a whatever it means, a black designer, whatever it means, because I had models of every color. I cut curvy because you can always pull in. I always cut. I have a vanity size, so what that means is you're a size 6, but you fit my size 4, and it makes the customer feel, oh look, I'm a size 4. They come back to me,
Oh, I see what you're saying. I got you.
and
That's dope.
yeah, it's a little. And there's certain people that I'll put a 00 in their dresses when I dress them,
No, that's
and they
dope.
love that. Ooh.
Hey. So yeah, we got a couple projects that we working on too. I know we doing some stuff on November 14th. We doing some stuff for Black Friday and things like that. That you look sites having on board. Like, let me ask you, like, what's some dope advice that you would give for designers? Like, I got a bunch of designers that's watching the live right now too. Like, what's some advice you would just give them to start out with?
Are you wearing your own clothes? Because if you're not wearing your clothes, why should I wear your clothes?
Hey, no, I like this,
This
man.
shirt is mine. This is gas pressure printed. The buttons are cardboard. They look like regular buttons. My zippers have a story. You should be able to tell your brand story or your story, your collection within 45 seconds. It's called an elevator pitch. Like when I opened it up and I talked about my garments, keeping the trash from going into the landfill.
Word.
And the one thing I tell everybody all the time, not even fashion, restaurant, um, entrepreneurs, anything, you must always answer when, where, how, what, and why.
Word. Yeah, that's true, man. That's what's up. I know right now we're getting big with AI and things like that. Let me ask you, like, you utilizing, I know it was something you were saying earlier, you utilizing AI for your fabrics, but what's the top three ways you're going about utilizing AI right now to just make more money for your brand?
do it to bring my technical drawings to life, so that if I'm working with a sewer or I'm working with, like, I make my first garments anyway, but I to see if I like how the garment looks finished before I even make it. And I also use AI for backgrounds,
Dope, dope.
because I'll take a picture of a model, but the background looks funny or I want to change it. I find AI is a cool way of finding different backgrounds that aren't copywritten, because you know, photographs are all copywritten. You have to watch out. Even if I take it on my camera, someone will say, "Oh, I own that picture," and I'm like, "Really? Like, you're the only one that stood in front of the Eiffel Tower and took that picture,
No.
but you have to prove it." It's like, okay,
Yeah, no, that's dope. Hey, let me ask you too. I know we was talking about like some advice you'll give. Like, what's one of the biggest challenges you would say you had to face, like as a designer to help, and you will tell designers to help so they avoid it.
um, finances. You need to be really on top of where you spend every penny. Before you even start, I advise you to get a little booklet and write everything you spend money on. Because once you open a company, you've got to also think about the toilet paper in the bathroom. Your models aren't going to bring their own toilet paper. You have to supply everything. Your employees. Also, when it comes to cutting garments and making garments, where is that going to happen? Who's going to do it? Who's going to help you? I'm lucky that I can cut and make my garments.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope.
I'm not the
As
best at
well.
selling them. I can talk about it, but not selling the garment. So I'm looking for salespeople. I'm looking for people that can take the garments out and take some small orders. Or that used to be my problem. Now online, I'm lucky that I have enough people that I post that I'm selling, and people go online, and my drops last 2-3 days at most. My
Nice.
shop's always closed because I'm busy producing garments that I've already sold.
I like that. I like that. So you do more. You would say it's more beneficial on the online website or through your store to for you.
Right now, for me, but I'm not doing a lot. And
So,
fashion is tactile. I sell after they touch the garments. I find that after I show in south of Italy, the orders come from there because they've actually touched the garments. They've seen them live.
oh, that's dope. That's dope. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Because, like, this is plastic bottles, all 100% RPET. It's called, but it's a form of polyester. It's all plastic bottles from the Pacific Ocean. Now, what you're thinking is, oh, it's going to be rough. It's going to feel like a bottle, and it doesn't at all.
Nah, we're looking like.
It
Yeah,
feels like a silk organza.
next time I have you on live, you definitely gotta show some of your pieces, man. That definitely look dope, man. That definitely look dope.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have it off, show it off, man, and just tell a little story about it. Cause I know you were saying earlier, hey, she has to have a story, and I know with your pieces, I know all of them have a story with it.
Um, well, my latest piece, which I have a sample here, I'll quickly just show this one piece.
All right, though.
This. It's
Nice.
like a it's like a trucker jacket. The fabric is glass and mirrors. There's
Wow.
9% polyester to hold it together. It feels like silk organza.
Wow. Say that one more time. You said it's glass.
It is. I have it here. 92% glass and mirrors and 8% polyester recycled plastic recycled. If you can see that, you can't. I don't know. It's
Wow.
the lighting.
Nah, that's
And
dope, man.
the other part is all the metal pieces, like the snaps and the zipper pull and zipper teeth, are all from oil tankers that have been taken apart in India.
Mm.
All my tapes are cotton or organic cotton, responsibly grown. So no pesticides. Yeah, they actually use bugs in Texas to kill the animals that would eat the cotton.
Wow. That's some. Wow.
Bugs to eat other bugs.
That's what's up, man. So yeah, we definitely gotta go more into the
Yeah.
though. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. 'Cause I want to know how you even got into. That's crazy. That's what's up, man. What's up?
It's
Real-
working with large companies. I've been lucky enough to be with Coach. I helped Alexander Wang launch. So I've brought them business, and they know I've always been looking for experimental, and they need somebody to test it on as well. And
Word,
all these pieces, I've made myself garments to make sure that you can wear them.
dope.
The first few pieces that were gas printed, pressure printed, I would put them on, wear them all day. Then at night, take the shirt off. One day, my body was red. because the ink came off. One day my body was black and I was itchy because something in there made me itch. I'm very hyperallergenic. So if I could wear it, I would say 99% of the world can wear it.
Oh,
So
dope.
I'm my own guinea pig. And the mill likes it because I call them up and oh, this is great. That's wonderful. I had one of the first fabrics from the plastic bottles. As you sewed it, silk moves. This was jumping and moving, and it was so hard to control.
That's it. Wow, that's crazy.
I joked, I'm like, I'm ready to drink. This fabric is going to kill me.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's what's up. That's what's up.
And my friends, some friends that are tailors, also like, oh, here, I'll try it. I go, sure, go ahead. And they tried to make, oh, no, we don't want this. No, no, no. So it wasn't me. It was the fabric.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, we definitely got to talk more about that, man. Real quick, like, let the people know like where they can find you at and stuff.
LawrencePizzi.com. No space, my name.com. And
Uh,
Pizzi is Pizzi.
you want
Almost like pizza.
what's your social media? What's your Instagram?
At Lawrence Pizzi.
Oh, it's PC. All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Make sure that we tag
I
you.
keep it all the same. I think there's 2 sites where I'm at Lawrence Pizzi NYC.
Dope, 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 dope. I got you, man. So I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Set to work with you and have you more in the chat more and things like that. Real quick, like give some final advice. Like give some final advice just to the fashion community, like to the fashion community as a whole. What's something you'll give some advice to take it to the next level?
Um, the rest of the world has groups. Every country has a group that helps their young designers and looks and fosters them. We don't have that. So we are all by ourselves. And I strongly believe by helping each other, we help each other. So I've got the fabric and the garment making background. Somebody has a sales background. Somebody, by all sharing and working together, we can get our garments out. And yes, we're all young designers. We're not all competition. Thank God women don't only wear one thing for one. Like I'm women's wear, but I'm also men's wear. I'm unisex, so it's both. But a woman doesn't just wear sweatpants all day. She wears sweatpants when she's got to hustle and take the kids to the soccer game. She wants to look like a vamp at night in a sexy dress.
Oh,
So that's somebody else. And each night a different sexy dress. And when you go to church, you want to look good and holy, but not grandmotherly. That's somebody else.
Yup, yup.
So there's space for all of us. And I love competition.
Hey, nah, that's just that's just nah, that's some, I love that, man. We just
Yeah.
saying that's great advice. 'Cause people don't even think like that, you know. Like it's definitely space for all of us. People wake up and they wear something like 3 different outfits throughout the day. Sometimes even me, I
Mm-hmm.
changed like 3 times today.
Yeah. Yeah. And not to be mean, but you're not even a socialite. Socialites change in the morning, for breakfast, after morning, pre-lunch, lunch, after lunch, dinner, and then evening.
Yo, word,
So
man.
yeah, that's a whole other lifestyle. But still, I would love to dress those people because they're like, you know, I'm hosting. I've had this happen. I'm hosting a dinner and my napkins are purple. Here's a napkin. I want to match the napkin.
Oh, that's dope. I know you're saying that's crazy. I know Halloween. You doing any custom outfits for Halloween? Doing any new cool
No,
outfits for Halloween?
no.
Yo. Nah, I know how to.
I'm sewing for this Black Friday and this Christmas holiday.
Hey, let's turn it up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, guys. So yeah, y'all heard, man. So definitely tap in for Black Friday. It's gonna be a movie scene. We'd love to have all y'all out there support him, see his clothes in live action. All right, so definitely tune in. Tell them again one more time. What's your our website one more time?
LawrencePizzi.com.
OrangePC.com. Dope, dope, dope. So I heard again. Like I said, we're gonna have him again on the live soon, so definitely stay tuned for that. We're gonna be showing off some of his pieces. And if you're a model or you're a designer like that nature, you looking to work with him, definitely reach out. Like he says, community, we gotta work together. We could build. It's space for everybody. So definitely reach out. Don't be looking like, hey, I'm a designer. I mean, nah, reach out. If you're a model, reach out.
I have one more thing with models. Beware of people that charge you money. It should be a collaboration. I don't pay for models, but I give them pictures. I lend them garments.
No, I like that. Like at least you give them something because that's another even good question I was going to say too. I like
And
that.
good pictures. Not the picture where their eyes are crooked and their mouth is open and they look like they have hoofs.
No, word, word,
And the
word.
money shot isn't the posing, it's the walking.
I love that, love that. Okay, that's some good advice too.
Okay,
You
that's
can't
it.
bring
I'm
with him.
done.
Hey, that's some good advice too. All right, so we talk soon, bro. All
Yeah. Bye.
right. All right, all right. Hey, so that was a good call, man. Definitely tap in with his chat. Right now, I got Marquise Black in the chat. Yo, Marquise, what's up? You in the chat? You hear me? Still probably he might be in the bathroom or something like that. Let me see. Try to text him real quick. Wait for a couple minutes to come back. But yeah, man, like I said, guys, again, we had some dope people in the live today. Again, if you ever want to be on a live, definitely reach out. If you're a model, actor, definitely reach out. We got some dope shows coming up. We're doing a show on the 14th. It's a showroom, matter of fact. We're doing a showroom on the 14th. I'm doing a show at South Beach on the 21st. If you're a model, want to get into that, tap in. We're doing a show for Black Friday. If you want to get into that one, tap in, reach out. The links haven't dropped officially yet for models to register for the Black Friday one, but they're gonna be dropping on November 1st. So just stay tuned to that because I got some models reaching out, but they're gonna be dropping on November 1st. Literally November 1st, a whole bunch of updates and links is gonna be dropping. We're already working on February. We're already getting ready for that one, so we're getting ready for that. Because literally for February, we want to have some stuff done, completely done by the end of December. So we locking everything in early. So definitely stay tuned for that. All right. Hey, Marquise, where you at, bro?
Yo,
Yeah.
what's the deal, fam?
Hey, what up, bro? I'm like, yo, did he kill me? All right. All right, so chat, we got Marquise Black in the chat. Yo, Marquise, tell people where you from. Tell people about yourself.
Yo, what's good? I'm Marquise Black. I'm a designer from Columbus, Ohio, New York based. Just showcased this past New York Fashion Week. Just dropped recently my Eternal collection, Holy Noir. Uh, Working on my spring projects currently, but kind of really just showcasing right now. Like I said, my collection that I just launched. I'm kind of a streetwear designer. I got a lifestyle based brand called Marquise Black, of course, BLAQUE, which kind of represents the eternal light. Um, like I said, we just basically right now just pushing the brand. It's a lifestyle based brand, so where we kind of really just pushing the culture, pushing the lifestyle, pushing away fast fashion and that need to constantly buy stuff, and we kind of really just building timeless pieces and timeless wardrobes and creating like timeless vibes as well. Whether it's our photo shoots, whether it's us on the runway, whether it's us showcasing or whether it's what you see right now, us on the live, it's just us kind of really just pushing the movement. Right now, we got a movement called Rebels in Luxury, which is just an off brand of the brand, which is just basically a group of creatives coming together and kind of just rebelling against what I was just saying, society, that fast fashion, that constantly being judged, constantly feeling the need to kind of really validate yourself to people, and it's just being yourself, just like I said, spreading the culture.
Dope, dope, dope. And that's what's up, man. I'll let you all about that. One thing about it, like everybody watching the chat, like listen, I actually work with this dude. Things he's saying, he's really about it. You feel me? Like some people that be talking up, they don't really be about it. Really about what he's saying right now, and that's one thing I want to even get into, bro. Because I know when it comes to like starting a brand, things like that, a lot of people don't know like everything that goes into it. Like let's first even get into like what inspired you to want to become a designer. Like I see that you really take this shit serious for real, man. Like what inspired you to become a designer?
Yeah, no, good question you asking that. It's just kind of what we were just basically talking about, and like when we started this stuff, and just that was be me basically ask you what made you want to be kind of really like kind of a producer, and it was just kind of like being in high school at the time and going thrifting, and this is when thrifting was like not kind of really as it was now. It was more so like you go to get like vintage pieces and stuff like that, and you wanted these vintage pieces, and you wanted to go to the mall and you couldn't get them pieces, and I wanted to kind of create those pieces for my friends and sell those pieces around the world. And like it's crazy if I would look back and tell myself now that I was doing the shit that I'm doing now, excuse the language, I would be like, nah, hell no. Because like I said at the time, I was just rebellion, just like I said, just wanted to make pieces for my friends and just wanted to be fly and stuff like that. Like the money, like you know how I am. I'm like, man, that money wasn't important to me at the time until, like I said, I started to, like he was just saying previously on the chat, like how you got to kind of really have your finances in order and stuff like that. But when I first kind of really started, like I said, it was just really me wanting to just kind of really start something new, start something fresh. And brands really wasn't like proactive at that time. Like people was going to college and kind of really getting a degree or kind of really wanting to be a nurse or kind of really doing real estate. Like brands really wasn't as prominent as they was then. So it was kind of really unique to kind of really want to do that. And I always tell people, just going back and forth, like I said, from New York and stuff like that, just always just seeing like early on in that early New York era, how people was kind of really fly, popping their shit and stuff like that. Also, like I said as well, wanted to bring my own pieces and being inspired, like I always say, by designers like the Carl Kanais and stuff like that. And just like I said, whether it's being in Harlem or being in Brooklyn, like I said, in those eras and stuff like that, like where you had to really be fresh and had to really be fly and stuff like that, just creating inspiration off of that. That's kind of really all tied into me kind of really wanting to be a designer and me kind of really wanting to take that stuff serious. So it's so many parts I would say throughout the journey that kind of really led me to where I am now. I would say to get serious, and that's kind of really what I would want to say to designers. Not to say too much at once, but kind of really, like I said, you go through many phases throughout your journey. Like I told you, like yo, when I first started, I didn't think I would be doing what I'm doing now, but that's what I'm doing now. Like you feel me? So you just got to go through the motions and stuff like that, and not really rush the process. Like, 'cause everything you go through kind of really makes sense in the end.
Hey, no, that's dope, man. Yo, that's some good advice, man. Tell people a little, cause I've been working with you for a while now, man. Like, tell people like your journey a little bit as far as like one of the biggest things you would say, because we since you're saying that, what's one of the biggest things you would say that you learned that now that would be beneficial for you like over the past like 3 years since you started, like something that designers could avoid, like a big thing. You feel me? What you thinking?
Trust the process, but go with your gut. Like a lot of times, we kind of really trust the process too much and we kind of really let a lot of shit kind of really sit in the oven and we kind of really want to be this mysterious and kind of want to have these surprise rollouts like we kind of really Beyonce or Jay-Z or something like that, you feel me? So I would just say like basically just taking it serious, like more serious, you feel me? Like wanting to like really grasp into your craft and really own into your craft and own into what you're doing, like you feel me? Like uh another thing that kind of really will get me there is just like just the different breaking points you got to kind of really go through to get through this point because like everybody kind of really, like I said, see the photo shoots and see the final runway spots and stuff like that, but they don't really see like what goes on behind the scenes and what you go through like to get some of these shots and go down the runway and go through with production and stuff like that. I can't believe who was that. I think New York City King was just saying that. Like you got to kind of really have like that team and stuff like that behind you and really like be focused into it and have people who kind of really committed to the vision and not just your vision, they vision as well. Like so that's where like I would say as well.
Nah, that's a fact, bro. That's man true on God, man. Like I know that's one thing with it too. I know being that you say you're from Ohio, it's a lot like these artists who live all over the world, even models that live over the world. Like, what inspired you to just take that next step to come to New York City and really push it on that next level in New York City?
Yeah, it's just really traveling. Like I said, my people's from the Bronx and shit like that. So just coming up there, at first it was just me coming up there summertime and stuff like that. And then as I got older, like I said, I got to really kind of really explore and stuff like that more. So I really like when I was younger, like all I really knew when I came to New York was really kind of the Bronx. So now that I'm older, like to really be in certain areas, like whether it's Harlem or really in Brooklyn and stuff like that, like now I be kind of really a little bit more busy, so I can't really explore and stuff like that, like how I really used to. But the people who kind of really been following me for a while and stuff like that kind of really remember like it was just kind of really like a whole new territory. Like I said, being in Brooklyn and Harlem and certain areas and stuff like that. Because like I said, when I used to come down there, it was just like I said, the Bronx and stuff that like that was all I knew. So what made me kind of really want to be there on the serious side is because everybody in the United States, I would say, come to New York City. So it's no point if I can't make it in New York City. It's no point in me kind of really copping out and taking the easy route. And no disrespect to the people who like are in these areas and are like thriving and stuff like that, but going to like an Atlanta or like a Miami or like those areas and stuff like that. I feel like New York is like the prime time, like that's like the NBA, and that's where you want to be. So if you can't make it in New York, like I feel like you can't make it nowhere else, and that's where like all the people come when it's like the fashion weeks and stuff like that. So my first goal was to conquer New York. Then, like I said, make my way overseas and stuff like that. Like if we playing like a chessboard or playing Monopoly and stuff like that, I'm kind of really playing for the big pieces, or for the people who play video games and stuff like that. Like if we playing GTA, I'm doing the main missions and stuff like that. Like I'm kind of not doing the side missions. You feel me? So I'm trying to tackle right now, like, not me, excuse me. Like I hate to like say me because like I said, it's a team. Like me and the team right now are trying to tackle New York City, like I said. So that's where like the bright lights and the lights is shining the bright. Like of course, like me and you spoke and stuff like that. We eventually, like I said, want to kind of really get us kind of really stationed out on the West Coast in LA and stuff like that. But even like I said then, like I feel like everybody kind of really culturally is inspired by New York City. So we can kind of, like I said, get in and conquer kind of really the big city and the Big Apple. Like feel like the sky the limit for us.
Hey, that's dope. That's dope. Hey, that's what's yeah. We're gonna be all over, man. We traveling the world, man. So stay tuned. We're gonna be seeing us everywhere, man. Let's get into a little bit about the models, man. Like we on Long Live Models chat right now. Shout out everybody in the chat. What? I know you're a designer. I work with you. I always see you with different models, with some high quality models. I see you actually giving opportunities out for models. What's two main things you be looking for when you selecting a model?
Consistency, and now confidence. Like a lot of times now, I tell you this, I think this is like the number one thing. You probably get mad, or not mad, but you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, he always say that. But how people kind of really just create these false portfolios, I would say. And they kind of like, they do a lot of stuff, but when you get with them on camera, you don't kind of really exude the same confidence. One thing that I kind of really want to see when I'm working with models is kind of really, can you bring that shot to life? How are you working with the photographer? How are you working with other models? How are you working down the runway? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How you going down the runway? Uh, just different things and stuff like that. So now that we kind of really, like I said, a little bit more spaced out and a little bit more eyes on us, and we building a little bit more of a global audience, I would say it's more so that confidence and that swagger and that ability to kind of really bring that shot and that content to life. Because like I said, a lot of times, like a lot of models, I wouldn't say they kind of really not be like less talented, but I would say like it's a, you gotta learn each model. Like you got your photo shoot models, you got your runway models, you got your models that's good for ads, you got your models that's kind of really good back placements. Like when you got a lot of other models and stuff like that, you could put them with the models. So you just got to kind of, like I said, learning the positioning. And like I said, me, I'm looking at your portfolio. I'm looking at who you work with. I'm looking at how consistent are you posting your work? Are you collabing? Um, how consistent are you posting? Just like certain little gray areas and stuff like that, that just like to me kind of really matters and stuff like that. Because like I said, a lot of times, some models kind of really, they have that one moment and then you don't really see that one moment, and they build off of, like I would say, like I said, the attraction from that one moment. So how consistent are they? How confident are they? And like I said, that ability to bring the shot to life, and that ability to kind of really, like I said, work with the photographer, work with the designer, and work with other models.
Dope, dope. I love that, man. Hey, real quick, you don't even gotta say like no names, nothing like that. But what's two crazy situations that made you like never want to work with that model again?
Uh, I really have, man, it would just be the inconsistency, and I would kind of really say the lack of communication to kind of really keep it professional. Because like you say, I wouldn't want to kind of really scar nobody. You never know how powerful your voice is, and kind of really, you know what I'm saying? Get too detailed, but just the inconsistency, the not kind of really go into details. Like let's just say like you was rewarded a piece to kind of really get something done and something like that, and you didn't get it done how it was sketched out to be and stuff like that. That, and just kind of really, like I said, the disrespect, like whether you disrespect me, the other models, the production, the people I'm working with, the vision, because like we all kind of really, like I said, working hard for this shit. We all, like I said, scraping up our own money for this stuff. So when people kind of really disrespect the production or disrespect the vision or the time and stuff like that, that would kind of really make me not work with you again. But what
Right,
you
right.
never know, like I said, what a lot of people going through, and with me kind of really, like I said, growing, and like I was just saying before I had kind of really started talking about this, realizing my voice. A lot of times, a lot of these models is young, and they've kind of really went through bad situations, and sometimes, like I said, hurt people. I would kind of really say hurt people, so they can kind of really act unprofessional due to a other situation they go through. So sometimes I really look at that. So I
Nah,
really haven't had nobody kind of really like disrespect me to the point where it's like, yo, I would never ever work with them again. But I've had people where it's people who was like, yo, it would have to be like that moment for us to kind of really work again.
nah, word, word. That's mad true too. I don't know, I know what it is for real, man. With that, so I'll be going through that too with the models too, man. Like I know. Even me, like I said, even for me, I would just say like not showing up on time. Not even that. I feel like not communicating if you can't make it out. You know what I mean? Like I feel like if you say in advance like, "Yo, son came up urgent," but it be though sometimes where like people don't even respond or something like that, or don't even reach out to you to say like, "Yo, I can't make it out." That's what it's like nah, bro. Like
Oh
basic
yeah, yeah,
communication,
yeah, yeah. See,
communication
that's
should
where,
be
like I
real.
said, those no call, no shows. That's to me, that's disrespectful. I didn't understand why jobs got so mad at that until I started scheduling shoots, and you be like, yo, yeah, like, no, don't call me. Like, yo, that's one way. I ain't gonna lie, that's really one way to kind. I don't get pissed off a lot, but that's kind of really one way to like piss me off because I don't play with people's time. But if you kind of really play with my time and we like schedule something, I don't care if you like, yo, like my dog gotta go get surgery or something like that. I don't care what your reason it is. At least you told me you're not gonna be there. Like I can't, you feel me? Like people got a life, so I gotta respect that. But if you just like I said, just like not show, not let me know. Like I said, at this point, like I've grown my business like as a respectful business. So to me, that's the same thing as like applying for a job and not no calling, no showing, and then trying to apply for that same job again. Like nah, we can't do that.
No, word, man. And that's another good thing too. Like I know you're a designer and stuff like that. I know sometimes designer you gotta build yourself up to that point. Like, would you tell designers should they just start off? Should they work a job first, or like how should they get to a point to really be pushing this brand?
You got to do it off of based off of you and your lifestyle. Like a lot of times, what people do is they listen to what other people did, and they kind of really base themselves off of what other people did. And then when they fail
Word.
because they don't win off of their formula, you feel me? They be kind of mad. Like one way I've learned to kind of really win is kind of really doing stuff, kind of really like my way, but kind of really listening to people. You feel me in a certain way. So just when it comes to like that job stuff, like if you're not really ready to like sell pieces consistently, like you could pay your rent off of it. I'm not talking about like, yo, I just had a good week because like you know how this shit is. Like, man, it's the up and down like seasons and stuff like that. And that's not to say like up and down like people be having bad seasons. I'm saying like you never know how it could go. You may have to wait a few weeks for something like that, but rent wise and stuff like that, you can't do that. And when it come to the lifestyle, like you may have to adjust your lifestyle and stuff like that. So it's a whole different thing. And that's where I feel like a lot of brands tap out or a lot of artists and stuff like that tap out because they kind of really try to go independent too quick and they don't have that source of income to kind of really back their brand or back their vision. And a lot of their vision kind of really start to fall apart because they kind of really trying to keep their life together and they kind of can't keep your life together and keep your brand together at the same time.
Word, word, word. And that, yo, that's not even said. Like one thing too, I see you, bro. You getting so much traction now. Your brand is pushing, it's moving. Like, let me ask you, how long did it take to get to that point? Like, was it like a instant success, or like how long did it take to get up and jumping? Like, who was like really everybody was fucking with you?
That's where I tell people like this shit is up and down. Like you may have like yo they fucking with you, and it's just like almost like being in rap or almost being in like music. Like you got that hit song and stuff like that. Like right now, like that people messing with, and you gotta constantly make that hit song. And that's where like I kind of really feed off like the timelessness, and I don't chase that trend. And I build a community if a lot of people kind of really notice. Like one of my favorite rappers is like Wiz and Currency. And they build like an independent community, like no matter what they drop, like their community fucking with it. So that's what I kind of really try to build. And that's what that kind of really that Rebels and Luxury is like, yo, no matter what he doing, we pushing because we know like as long as like his light shining, he gonna make sure all our lights and stuff like that shining. So I really feel like a lot of that stuff, like not to kind of really toot my own horn, is a lot of people bagging me because they know like once he make it, like that's the light that's gonna really like kind of really shine on all of us. You feel me?
Yo, word. See, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And that's what it's about, bro. That's what it's about, man. Open the doors for other people, bro. Facts, facts. See, that's what's up, man. Yo, real quick, like, you have any dope projects that you're working on? I know we got some stuff coming up. We're doing something for Black Friday and things like that. What's I know you was planning on doing something for LA. You doing what's going on for March? You got what's the way with that?
Yeah, yeah. I got right now we got the Black Friday going up and that's gonna kinda really like I said, be a black market and that's gonna kinda really be like what I was just telling everybody with the Eternal Collection Holy Noor that I just dropped New York Fashion Week. This gonna be kinda really the deluxe kinda of that. So we got a few new pieces off of that kinda really we gonna debut that weekend as well. And then we gonna kinda really jump into a new collection come like that spring, summer, March and stuff like that. So we're gonna be working on that. It's gonna be kind of really more visuals and more production. So you could kind of really, like I said, look forward to the brand kind of really being like in new places and new spaces as far as like I said, whether it's sitcoms, ads, commercials and stuff like that. Like we kind of really like testing the brands and new spaces.
Dope, 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 man. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. See, you working, man, for real.
Yeah, and like I said, just like constantly like collabing, and that's one thing like I constantly push too as well. Like I said, brands to kind of really just push yourself out there because like a lot of times brands trying to carry it on their own. Not to say like you said, he said the previous live, like you can't have that competitive nature because you know as well as me, like everybody in this game is kind of really competitive in a way, but at the same time, like I said, you got to kind of really learn to kind of work together and work in a group because if you don't, like I said, like your brand itself can't do it. So with me, like one thing I've learned, like, and to kind of really go back to what you was talking about, what kind of really helped my brand spark, it was kind of really, like I said, when we partnered together. So I would kind of really, like I said, toot my horn and kind of really long live, like, kind of really having people who kind of really back you and back your vision, like, a lot of times, and that's this kind of really helping me answer kind of really previous questions, not to kind of really go back to what you're saying, but uh like how you said some things that kind of really like obstacles I had to overcome. But like a lot of times, like you got these good visions. A lot of times people don't want to back you. And
Right.
working with Long Live was kind of really like the first time it was like being an artist. Like if I was a rapper and going to a rap label and was like, yo, we just want you to be you. And that was like my first time like gotten to be me and if you kind of really look on the work, it was like always there with the pieces, but I was more like into kind of really like a corporate standard, trying to kind of really meet. And like when I partnered, kind of really, like I said, with Long Live, and I was able to get with that agency and work with like the talent of models and stuff like that and go through that pool, I was able to be a little bit more creatively flexible, pause, to kind of really be me, like I said, and that kind of really helped out and helped the brand kind of really, like I said, get into new eyes and bring certain visions to life that I couldn't really bring to life. And that's like I said, not to disrespect none of the previous talent that I work with and stuff like that, because I feel like I work with some amazing artists and some amazing models previous to that. But like I just remember, like I said, when I was on the yacht, it was just like I said, just seeing some of
Right.
them pieces come to life. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, we on to something. Like, and when we followed up with like the beat shooter, I'm like, okay, now I could be free. And then, like I said, it just felt like I said, being like the artist, like, and getting back in the booth and being able to like be in your flow and like not having to like cater to a certain audience and like flow and like the people who kind of was like, man, he changed or he sold out, they kind of really came back through the door. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I would say that's where partner and be kind of really important too, like not being selfish.
Nah, yo, that's dope, man. I want to get into that too, because I know as a designer, man, I respect even that you said that, man. That's what's up. I appreciate that. That's what's up, man. Because I know people don't realize like how dope and important it is to have those big agencies or big companies working on your behalf, reaching out on your behalf. It's like it's whole level to it. It's levels to it. You feel me? But like, let me ask you, like, like for designers, what advice would you tell them when they looking to collab with a bigger party? Like, I like that you do that. Would you tell them that's a good thing to do? Or like, how would they go about that?
One, finding the right person and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. That's where like me and you ask that shit all the time. Like, it just naturally came. Pause. Like super pause on that one. Like, but it just naturally came to life and shit like that. Like, you feel me? Like, uh, we uh we just flow. So finding somebody you could naturally flow with, you could naturally kind of really like creatively come together on projects. Somebody who kind of really flow into your vision and flow into kind of really how you create as far as timing and stuff like that. So some people could work fast, and you kind of really tell me that some all the time. Like, and there's some designer that's like, yo, I'm just here for this. So find somebody who could work with you and work at your pace. So if you a designer trying to partner with a brand that's kind of really like, yo, we expect this investment or this investment in your time, and you kind of like, yo, I can't invest that right now. That probably wouldn't be the best partnership or collab for you. But if you can get with somebody who like, you know, like, yo, we could work with you and we could get work with like yo time and speed and stuff like that and work with that vision, like I feel like that's the perfect thing. Like, and then like I said, just naturally let it fall in line for you. You feel me? Like, you can't go out there looking for stuff like, yo, because that's the trend, or yo, that's what everybody fucking with and shit like that. Like, you gotta let it come to you. Like, you feel me?
No, word, man. See, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Now you work.
And and I would say, when you network more and you be out here at this events, it'd be easier to collab because when you on the internet, everybody really on the internet now. I feel like to kind of really post content, like, and you would say that, like, you feel me as a brand, like, yo, I'm not really paying attention to a lot of messages or comments and stuff like that. Yeah, if they stick out or like I'm paying attention, but I'm not. It's so many of them coming to you, pause. Like when you got like get to a certain level and stuff like that. You feel me? Like so you gotta like I don't know. You gotta like work at your pace at the same time, but like you feel me? It be different once you what's the name like a lot of like DMs and stuff like that come to you, your messages get a little bit busier and stuff like that. So networking with people and stuff like that and getting out to the events in person kind of really be easy because you can chop it up and you could kind of really like you could see their energy and stuff like that. Like, and that's where like I kind of really learned that. You kind of really told me that like, yo, before you kind of really like partner with some of these stuff like that, like, yo, go pull up at their events and stuff like that. So that would be another advice I would give them to them. Like, yo, before you like tap into their events, like go to one of them, see how the vibe fit. Like, imagine your brand in that room and stuff like that. Like, will it fit in this room? Do you see it being like pushing your brand to the next level? Uh, so that's kind of really important. And a new thing I would learn too is kind of really, he kind of really touched on this. The last live is diversifying your portfolio, like working with different models outside your whether culture, gender, ethnicity, all that. Like you feel me? You gotta be ready to work with anybody and everybody. And that's not like to say, like I said, you don't gotta have like a standard or like a fit and stuff like that for your brand and stuff like that. But be open to kind of really, like I said, working with new people and stuff like that. That's what I kind of really love about, like I said, having like the Rebels in Luxury and having, like I said, the Marquise Black. It's like we've been open to kind of really working with a lot of people, and we've kind of really worked with like different races, different sizes, and different stuff that kind of really a lot of brands kind of really don't test the limits on and stuff like that. Like for Harlem Fashion Week, like we was able to like put out a few curvy looks and stuff like that. So that was kind of really dope for me. Like you feel me as well, just like testing certain boundaries and stuff like that. That certain designers kind of really when they go for a certain look and they stick for that certain look. Vice versa, me, I'm seeing stuff, and if I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, I gotta look for you, and I feel like my clothes, I want it to be not for everybody, but everybody feel they could wear it, and they got an outfit. I got an outfit that's made for everybody at the same time that can afford
Like,
it.
like that, man. Hey, let me ask you, 'cause I know you did some big time shows. You were saying you did like Harlem Fashion Week. Like, as a designer, when you're doing something on that type of scale, like, what's your mentality when you're going into something like that, and like, what's the game plan for something like that when you're doing something on that type of scale?
Recently, like the higher you get up, you be more focused. Like that's where, like tell people, like where you be like, yo, you take it serious. Like once you start investing like certain numbers and stuff like that, like a lot of that's where, like I said, a lot of people don't see how much money and time you kind of really invest. You be like, yo, I'm kind of really like that vision of like Chris Rock kind of really talking to Kobe when he was on the sideline. That be me. Like I be like focused, like all the way up to the show. Like if I got a show, like I'm focused from that moment up, and like I'm blocking out all distractions. I'm like channeled in, like I'm getting my playlist together. Like I'm locking in on like the mode that I'm in. Like for example, like this collection, the Eternal collection, like it was like a lot of like timeless music I was kind of really listening to, whether it was like going back to like my era when I kind of really first started the brand, when it was the blog era, when Watch the Throne came out and ASAP Mob and them came out, or diving deep into that Mob Deep era, or tapping into, since I'm finna go to Harlem Fashion Week, fuck it, we off a Dipset and camp for the whole week. You feel me? Like
So it's
getting ready for the Bronx shoot and stuff like that. That was one of my favorite shoots and stuff like that. Cause you feel me? That was, like I told you, just me kind of really like, even though I'm not from New York, like I told you, like the first vision that I got of New York is being in the Bronx. But since I've kind of really like my second go around of being in there, I'm rarely in the Bronx. Cause like, you know how it is, man. Most people ain't going to the Bronx and stuff like that. You feel
facts.
me? Like on the business side and stuff like that. So most of the time I'm out in Brooklyn or in Harlem, you feel me, or in the city, like you feel me, like so like being in the Bronx, like it was like damn, it was like being a kid again. I'm like, oh yeah, like I could really bring this to life and stuff like that. And you kind of really seen it like when we was out there, how much fun and stuff like that we was having, shooting and stuff like that. So each shoot and each show kind of really have like a different mode. Like the photo shoots and stuff like that. When I'm not doing a show and stuff like that, I'm a little bit fun and a little bit more creative. Like I feel like when I'm like doing the shows, and I feel like a few models and stuff like that kind of see it. I'm a little bit more like, yo, he a little bit more serious and stuff like that. He kind of really a little bit more focused and stuff. So different shows and different shots and stuff like that call for different moments and stuff like that for me. But I don't feel like it's ever been a time where I've been nervous, believe it or not. Like Harlem Fashion Week was different. Like it was like, yo, I could mess up and stuff like that. But I'm like, I don't know, like it's just like, to me, we say it all the time. It's like sports. So like even if it is nerves, like it go away. Like it's like a 5 second. It's like, man, you know who you is. You got this. Like you feel me? Like, and it's clothes. Like I've been, like I said, putting it on. You feel me? Like my whole life. So like it's easy to kind of really like fall in love with the audience. Pause to kind of really like figure out, okay, this the tone I gotta set to make them feel the brand for the night, or for the visual, or for the photo shoot, or for the content. You feel me?
Word, man. Folks with it, folks with it. Hey, yo, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. So, man, we about to get in a little bit, but real quick, I want you to what's some advice that you would give, like, to the fashion community as a whole, like something that you would give to the fashion community to help it move in the right direction.
I got a few of them. First thing first, start taking your brand more serious. If we that goes relate to everything we was just talking about in the whole, whether that's showing up to shoots and stuff like that on time. Like a lot of people, I say don't take shoots on time, and I was just going through this with a model. You never know who you talking to and stuff like that, and you never know who you know. So you could rub somebody's shoulders the wrong way, and it can kind of not blackball you, but mess up a lot of opportunities and stuff like that. So
Right.
I would say take your brand more serious, invest in yourself, invest in your time, study your craft, study your vision, try to perfect your craft, practice, don't follow trends, be yourself, uh, and build more communities. We need to get back to more communities and stuff like that. You feel me? Like kind of how it was in the early thousands, where even though brands, like I said, you had the Fat Farms and the Meccas and stuff like that, you still had the Rip the Runway shows, and you still had the South Beaches and the BT Awards, where brands was kind of really coming together. And that's what me and you was kind of really talking about, what we trying to do for this Black Friday stuff and stuff like that. You feel
Right.
me? It's just bring our culture, and when we say art culture, it don't always got to be limited, like I said, to black people. Even though, like I said, with us kind of really being black people and stuff like that, we always gonna push our culture forward. But it don't got to be just limited to just art culture. It's just, like I said, just pushing that independent mind first. Like a lot of times, I'd say this every live, people worship celebrities, they worship their life. They worship everything they do. They worship their babies, and they follow them from their whole career up. And then you realize you didn't live none of your life. You feel me? And that's where it kind of really, like, a few of my collections, I always say lifestyles create legacies. You feel me? We creating our own legacies right now. You feel me? Long live productions and long live models is a legacy. Like, you feel me? That's going to live beyond Moses. You feel me? Marquise Black is a brand that's going to live long after Marquise Black. You feel me? And it's going to be models' legacies that's going to live past they, you feel me, their names and stuff like that. So we got to start getting more into taking our lives and our legacies more serious instead of tapping into what drama and stuff like that they trying to really push at us. Whether, even if it's the political drama, like a lot of times people get, I feel like, get caught up in political drama and stuff like that. That's another thing where I like kind of really tell people too, like, don't get caught up in a lot of the Instagram or the algorithm. I wouldn't even call it political. I wouldn't call it agenda. I wouldn't call it conspiracy. Don't get caught up in the algorithm. You feel me? Like, live your life, create your legacies, and get out more. Like, get off the internet. Like, start coming, pulling up to more of these shows, because you can kind of really meet some of these people. Like, you talk to me like about some of the models and how it is working with them. Like, the best part about it is kind of really, like I said, working with them and seeing their vision and seeing how some of them said they want to do things. And then the next time I'm working with them, like, yo, that was just dope. Like, I had just worked with one of the models that I worked with on a yacht show, and just seeing him, and he just was like live in Paris, you feel me? So just seeing like their journeys and stuff like that, like, you don't get that on the internet. You get to see the pictures and stuff like that, but it's not more in depth and more genuine as they do as being in shows. So start coming more live and stuff like that. Like, let's bring back, like I said, like those Rip the Runway vibes and those BET Award vibes and stuff like that, and those cookout vibes and those block party vibes and stuff like that, and those posted on the block vibes, posted on the stoop vibes and stuff like that. A lot of times, like I said, we spend more time reposting and sending emails and sending DMs and setting up Zooms and doing what we're doing now, instead of, like I said, kind of really tapping into, like I said, the shows and stuff. So getting back into the community, investing in yourself, and partner with other brands, and stop the, I would say, I wouldn't say hating, but the overly competitiveness, like I said, that we got in our community, where we feel like if you make it, I'm failing. You feel me? And a lot of times it's like we try to hold each other down. So I would say kind of really we need to get back to being one as a community. You feel me?
Nah, word. And that's mad true, bro. We're gonna have a whole episode just talking about that, bro. That's a fact, bro. We gotta have some, just have a real convo with that one. But I respect that, man. For real, bro. For real. Like, yo, this is dope, man. I feel like, yo, everybody, man, tap in with Marquise Black. He's doing big things right now. You feel me? Like, I love the way he's going with his brand, so definitely tap in with it. And like I said, if you're a model, designer, let's work, let's build. Marquise, let people know where they can find you at.
You can follow us at Marquise Black, MarquisBlaque. And then if you're looking for any of our new collection, it could be at www.madebymarquise.com. You can follow me personally at Mastermind Marquise. Like I said, we got a few shows and stuff like that coming in the city and stuff like that next month as well. We're gonna close the year out strong, and then, like I said, starting next year, we got some dope surprises coming for y'all as well. We're gonna be hitting a few new spots, so it's gonna be a few new scenes where I feel like the Rebels gonna kind of really take over as well. So it's a lot of dope stuff and dope projects, like he said. So kind of really tap into not even just Marquise Black, tap into like New York City King on the modeling, tap into Long Live Production and stuff like that on the modeling and stuff like that. Because I feel like we all independently kind of pushing the movement and stuff like that. I mean, you talk about that like really all the time, whether it's Drummers World, we all kind of really pushing the movement and pushing the culture and stuff like that. And that's where, like, you was asking how do brands and stuff like that get involved. Like, this is a movement and stuff like that. I feel you want to kind of really get involved there, because they kind of, like, I really feel like open up a lot of doors. We all kind of really, like I said, pushing our own visions. We've all, like, had some amazing opportunities these past couple months and worked some phenomenal shows. And I had the opportunity to talk to Dan at my photo shoot and stuff like that, as well as when we did a photo shoot previously and stuff like that. He got some dope projects coming up as well. So it's a lot of dope stuff going in the community. So I feel like I said, a lot of people got to tap in on the modeling side, on the production side. If you're a photographer, tap in with some of our designers. Just like I said, right now, you want to get in early on this.
Dope. Yo, that's a fact. That's a fact. Hey, that's what's up. Hey, that's what's up, man. Like, let's definitely keep it going, man. Like I said, let's work, let's build, let's grow. Marquise Black, man, it was definitely dope having you on the live, man. We definitely gotta have you back on the live. You already know it, man. For real, it's gonna work.
That's a fact.
Okay,
We,
all
like
right.
I said, we're gonna be doing these lives and stuff like that more consistently. And I feel like I said, I tell you this every time. You don't realize it until you kind of really talk to people and stuff like that. And I think it's been kind of really this previous collection and stuff like that, like where you get people's feedback and you kind of really hear stuff. You like, yo, like, damn, you said that about me and stuff like that. So I feel like these lives kind of really be important. Like, you feel me? Because this is what people kind of really call you and have those phone conversations. But you, where like I told you, where we be locked in and you like, man, come on, bro, I'm doing this. Like, I ain't got time for that and shit like that. And in reality, like I said, like a lot of times these people do want to learn from us, but they don't know how to ask. And in a way, sometimes they do come to us and we kind of really accidentally reject them in a way. So these lives, and whether it's me being more vocal and stuff like that on Instagram, I feel like it's an opportunity to like offer my mentorship and stuff like that. So you could definitely, like I said, check my voice out more frequently on these lives and more frequently, like I said, on my stories and stuff like that, because I feel like that's important for these up and coming designers to really have a voice and have those designers to kind of really follow and mentor them kind of really on the way up, because a lot of times they get scammed or misused or don't know how to market themselves or don't know how to follow uh get the proper models or get the proper following or proper photo shoots and stuff like that. So definitely want to extend my hand in that way as well.
Dope. Yeah, man, that's what's. I know next time we in the live, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna definitely sit down. We're gonna answer some questions. If y'all in the chat, y'all have a question, definitely send it over to us. Have it ready. We're gonna be back in the chat most likely like Saturday. I might even get in the chat before then, but most likely like definitely Saturday. So if you have a question, put in the chat. We're gonna be doing like a live Q&A. Going to do some questions, getting real with y'all. You feel me? Word. All right. So yo, Marquise, man, like I said, this was dope, bro. Let's definitely keep it going. We're gonna keep it. Let's run it up. All right. So definitely stay tuned.
No,
Word.
that's a fact. Like I said, y'all can catch us, like I said, sometime next week and stuff like that. Make sure y'all stay posted, like I said, about the upcoming shows and opportunities and stuff like that. Whether it's the black market coming up for Black Friday, we got, or photo shoots, or like he said, the South Beach show that he got. Make sure y'all kind of really tuning in, because, like I said, it's a lot of opportunities coming up this past month. We're gonna kind of really finish the year off strong. It's been a good year for us.
Word. All right, guys. So that's it, man. Let's keep it going, and I'll see y'all soon. All right. So it's taping. Like I said, let's work, let's build, let's grow. All right, Marquise, it was dope, bro. All right. Dope.